Namaskaram peeps, this is Harish here from Melbourne Yatri or MYT. This is where my family shares about life experiences, technology and travel. So while coming back on M31 from Sydney to Melbourne, the section of the video you're going to watch is between Gunning in New South Wales all the way to Wodonga in Victoria. And I'm sorry, I missed some of the footage, so I will try to put as much as possible as I keep finding or recovering the footage. Somehow we lost it between memory cards. It was a very beautiful drive, as you can see, a pleasant climate when we were driving. It was not raining in this part. Now, as we were coming from Sydney, since we wanted to take a break and we have a 6 months infant when we did this road trip, so we wanted to stop at a place and have a lunch as it was in the afternoon, somewhere around 1 p.m. So we basically diverted across from the Collector Road and went across to Gunning. And on this main street of Gunning, if you can see, there is a fuel station up here, which is if I'm not wrong, a mobile fuel station. So we had our fuel down there, and then you had a very interesting restaurant just next to it, or a hotel called as Telegraph Hotel Gunning. Looks like this is a vintage hotel up out there with a lot of vintage vibes. The good thing is, if you're a vegetarian or vegan, they do a very good vegetarian casserole, and they also make good vegetarian pizzas. Hot, tasty, very good. So we did pick up food from Telegraph Hotel Gunning, and then we went ahead and had our lunch here in this local park which is up out there, which is just overseeing the Meadow Creek. We had beautiful ducks out there, and the duck along with ducklings were just swimming across it. It's a very beautiful place to sit. I did also see a couple of caravans being parked there, where people were trying to do an overnight caravan park or overnight stay up out there using their own caravan. There are public toilets available. They're spot on, pretty clean, very well maintained by the local council. Kudos to them. And at the same time, we have a community pool there, so people who wanted to use the pool can go ahead and do that as part of our break. We just actually had our lunch there. We packed up from there, and then we actually started on our way all the way on the M31 back to Wodonga, because we had a reservation in Wodonga for that night, to stay, and then the next day to actually continue from Wodonga all the way back to Melbourne. And while coming, we did pass through Albury, and Albury was very beautiful. The lakes near Wodonga was actually awesome. You do have almost all a McDonald's for every half an hour to an hour of drive on this road all across, and that's, in my guess, all across M31 that you're driving between Sydney and Melbourne. You do have regular fuel stops, you do have regular meccas for every an hour of drive. Sometimes you can also find one in just a half an hour of drive, and they're throughout the highway. So yes, if you're traveling with infants or kids where you need frequent stops, if you're traveling with older people who need to frequently stop and use the washroom, then M31 is the best route to actually take between Melbourne and Sydney on a road trip. You have all the fuel stops that you need at frequent distances. You have all the public toilets, as well as toilets in the fuel stations or meccas, or at some places you also have KFC available out there, so you can swap between it. But for sure, you're having meccas for every half an hour to 1 hour distance, and then you do have food courts which are for every 2 hours actually on the M31. So all in all, it's a beautiful experience. So we actually covered this distance between Sydney and Melbourne just in 2 days. So we started off in Kiama in New South Wales. We wanted to actually get out of the Sydney traffic and take a break there. So technically, if you add that day, it would be like 3 days. So yeah, we stopped at Kiama, and from Kiama we drove all the way up to Wodonga, and from Wodonga we actually had a one-night halt, and then the next day morning we drove back to Melbourne. So that's how we have actually traveled across. And then I'll show you the hotel also in Wodonga that we stayed. It's a 24/7 hotel. It's called, if I'm not wrong, Hotel 81. It's a very unique system where you don't have any people actually about there. It's just an online system where you go swipe your credit card, you give your booking detail confirmation, and you're actually in. And then remember, if you're actually staying here the next time, please do visit Lake Hume. It's an awesome lake. It's a huge lake. So we only spent like a couple of hours, but we were absolutely mesmerized by Lake Hume. And I'll post some of these images that I've taken on the Instagram page. And I mean, we are actually shortly planning to go back to Wodonga, stay there maybe for 2 or 3 days, and just visit Lake Hume on the Victorian side, and maybe we need 2 or 3 days to cover it on the New South Wales side. But it's a huge lake, beautiful parks which are surrounding it. I guess there are some lake view hotels up out there. If you can get an accommodation out there and you can stay there, or in one of the camping grounds there, it's even more beautiful. But this is how we stayed, because we were just traveling in a Toyota RAV4 hybrid, 3 of us, me, my wife, and our young infant who was 6 months old at that time. And it was an awesome trip. I will share our video of traveling from Melbourne to Sydney on the coastal route, but not through Canberra, but absolutely all across the coastal route through Wollongong back end. And that I'll actually post it in a separate video for y'all to have a look at it. So go ahead, watch the video and have fun, and hopefully the music sounds good. Please do like and subscribe and share this. And if you have any comments on the music that is actually up there or the video that is taken, please do post it down in the comments box. Thank you.
Thinking that I could have done something, but now I'm left with an empty heart. No making amends, no waking up beside you and holding you till we forget it all. How could I know there was no second chances? Like dominoes, my life got really scattered. You couldn't keep the door shut, and now the frostbite's creeping in. 'Cause I've been stone cold since you left me here. So come home, why won't you reappear? Things that I said came out totally wrong. Can't speak of the truth when it's tainted. I fell into a big black hole. It got me stone cold. Me straight, no, I can't eat. I cry and I cry and I cry and I cry. The way I cry, it's time to say goodbye. Oh, this is what love do. I'm tired, this is how you lose. My trust for you, if only you knew how much I've tried. What love do? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've had enough. Yeah. Treat you like you my everything, but you just shoot me down. 'Cause I am just your anything. You throw my heart around. This ain't true love, boo. But this ain't true love. This ain't right here, so I'm gonna leave you. Can be with someone who doesn't care. You've been lying and lying and lying and lying to me like forever. I can't believe that I bought your shit. I was too blind to see what you did behind my back. So well hidden that I lost my track. I try and I try and I try and I try. The way I try, it's time to say goodbye. This is what love do. I'm tired, this is how you lose. My trust for you, if only you knew how much I've tried. What love do? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've had enough. Yeah. You broke my trust. You killed the vibe. I've had enough. Won't waste my time. Love, you hit me down. Love, you hit me down. Love, you hit me down. Lost, I can't be found. Lost, I can't be found. Lost, I can't be found. Love, you make it so hard to breathe. You make it so hard to see. I'm blind. Love, you make it so hard to breathe. You make it so hard to see. I'm blind. Oh, this is what love do. I'm tired, this is how you lose. My trust for you, if only you knew how much I've tried. What love do? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've had enough. I build you up, you break me down, tear everything apart. I give you all I can, but then you go and break my heart. Now this ain't true love, boo. But this ain't true love, this ain't right here, so I'm gonna leave you. Can be with someone who doesn't care. You're running and running and running and running away from our problems. So here we stand on the edge tonight. There's no turning back now. I've been weak for 3 damn weeks. I can't think straight, no, I can't eat. I cry and I cry and I cry and I cry. The way I cry, it's time to say goodbye. Oh, this is what love do. I'm tired, this is how you lose. My trust for you, if only you knew how much I've tried. What love do? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've had enough. Treat you like you my everything, but you just shoot me down. 'Cause
Here's to the good days, here's to the sorrows. If this is a mistake, I know about tomorrow. I don't wanna fight no more, cause I don't feel the need no more, no. Just wanna make it stop. Maybe it's something in the water, or maybe we just hit the end of the road. Right now it doesn't even matter. It's too late not to let it go. And that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. We had a good run, don't say we didn't. I was your first love, and you were my first one. Cheers to all the memories, the venom and the remedies, yeah. Promise I won't forget, yeah. Maybe it's something in the water, or maybe we just hit the end of the road. Right now it doesn't even matter. It's too late not to let it go. And that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. So baby, bye. It's for the best and you know why. You gotta leave me here tonight before we make this even worse. It's gonna hurt even more than this does. We gave it all we had, it's time to say bye, baby, bye. I'll be, you'll be, yeah, we'll be fine. So let's call it a night, and that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. So baby, bye. It's for the best and you know why. You gotta leave me here right now before we make this even worse. It's gonna hurt even more than this does. Ooh, still make me feel like you used to back then. I'm feeling our history so close I can touch it. I just can't stop thinking about us way back when. Making out in my room, nobody had a clue.